Welcome to the infamous Wall of Shame. Today's Retracto goes to NPR, an NPR affiliate in Utah owned by the University of Utah, said this.
Project Veritas is claiming U.S. Representative John Curtis dislikes the state's trigger law that would ban abortion if Roe v. Wade is overturned. The organization is known for taking undercover videos and deceptively editing them. In a highly edited video deceptively editing them. They were forced to record an update. This is an on-air radio update on NPR, which sounds as follows.
And finally, this quick clarification. A KUER report on June 22nd should have attributed claims that Congressman John Curtis dislikes Utah's abortion trigger law to the congressman's field director. KUER cannot confirm the veracity of this and other statements in a video released by Project Veritas without an unedited version of the conversation.
Cannot confirm the veracity without unedited audio. Well, that's rich.
That's rich.
Because no journalist I've ever heard of in the history of the United States releases the full raw reporter's notebooks to accompany the recordings. More after the jump. Cue the Retracto theme song. Let's listen again to this NPR audio. It's so elitist and snobby sounding, you can almost hear the condescending tonality through those microphones at NPR.
Project Veritas is claiming U.S. Representative John Curtis dislikes the state's trigger law that would ban abortion if Roe v. Wade is overturned. The organization is known for taking undercover videos and deceptively editing them. In a highly edited video,
it sounds like Jon Stewart's fake impression of NPR that he did on Comedy Central about a decade ago when we exposed NPR's chief financial officer and he resigned, and NPR's CEO Vivian Schiller resigned after that hidden camera sting. This is Jon Stewart mocking NPR.
Afternoon in Georgetown. A bitter winter is slowly losing its sting, but inside the Cafe Milano, the sting was just beginning.
Yeah, it sounds like a satire of what NPR would sound like if you hired a person to play the role of an NPR radio personality. So our lawyers sent an email to NPR in Utah. This is KUER 90.1. Our lawyer said, by speaking as she has, Ms. Gibson and the station told your audience that they should believe these statements to be true as a factual matter. Committed slander by an inappropriately and deliberately defaming Project Veritas action. You may consider this to be a formal demand for an immediate retraction as a precursor to filing litigation against Ms. Gibson, KUER 90.1, and the University of Utah. What's interesting about this is that Project Veritas did, in fact, an undercover investigation into NPR some 11 years ago. And
son of a... Liberals got O'Keefe'd again! Taken in by the Ashton Kutcher of the conservative movement. James O'Keefe, best known for his hidden camera takedowns and for, of course, the least plausible pimp costume ever. Why would a pimp wear ski goggles? Well, how bad could the NPR fundraising executive Ron Schiller have been?
The current Republican Party, particularly the Tea Party, is fanatically involved in people's personal lives and very fundamental Christian, not just Islamophobic, but really xenophobic. I mean, basically, they believe in sort of white, middle America, gun-toting. I mean, it's pretty scary. They're seriously based.
Anyway, who wants lunch?
And NPR subsequently fired Ron Schiller, who was not related to Vivian Schiller, the CEO of NPR, and NPR's CEO Vivian Schiller resigned after this undercover tapes came out.
Let's see how NPR decides to play it.
Schiller apologized and resigned almost immediately after that tape came to light.
The CEO of NPR, we're now learning, has resigned.
They have done an on-air radio correction, probably one of the first in Retracto history. And this is KUER cannot confirm the veracity of this and other statements in the video unless the full raw is released. Now here's the irony in that. If I were to have released the full raw video, they still would say that they can't confirm the veracity because they need the full raw. And if I release the full raw video, they're going to say, well, how do we know that you didn't turn the video off and on prior to the video starting recording? So it's a tautology. Nothing I will ever do will ever suffice for these people. They are engaged in conspiracy theories. They are doing precisely the thing they project that I do, which is they don't believe in facts, and they don't believe in logic, and they don't believe in rationality. And nothing that we ever do will ever be sufficient enough for them. But unlike us, they've had to print a retraction, which will live on our wall of shame and infamy, and we will be sending them an alpaca to NPR. All of this can be avoided. Emma Gibson, NPR, KUER, University of Utah, all of it can be avoided if you just stuck to the facts. If you just actually reported the words, done your job as news people and not opinion people, if you went out in the field and reported what these people were saying and doing instead of attacking the journalists who do.
He's coming at you.